Hello, I'm JJ, and today we're making a diamond pop. So it starts with a square. I've already bisected it to get rid of the end. To make this, see previous videos, it's just the stem that's going to go through the bottom so it holds onto the flower. So with that one bisection, we're going to do another one the other way. So. Then what I do is this plus thing. You don't have to do the plus thing, you can do the book folds the opposite direction, but this saves me some time. And then fold one over to create the other two book folds. The other folds. So we have this. So in this instance, we're going to do a spiral fold on the about a quarter of the whole length of this. It's more or less by feel, but if you want to measure it, go ahead. It doesn't matter that much, but we're making a mountain on this side of the two layers, of these two layers, and then we'll flip the whole thing and do a mountain again on the other side by using that indicator mark that we just made towards the middle line, as such. And now that we have that, we open up all four layers to be a little bit spirally, and we're going to use that line that we created on the two layers fold to match to this line here, while creating a valley fold right here, and not ending in a flat surface. This is going to go three-dimensional really fast. So this edge goes to the center line, like so, and by grabbing that from both sides, we create that valley fold that ends in an unresolved fold here, like a cone. What we're going to do now, for this part, is take this middle, and we're going to flip the direction. So we're going to flip this direction, like that, to make a mountain out of it, and then we're going to put that edge to the valley fold we just created, like that, and then flatten the fold on the inside, as such. So this kind of tucks it away, and we're going to repeat this whole thing all around. So we have these two done, so we can just leave it open for now, and then do the same thing with the next one. This edge to this center, like that, and then by holding them together, pinching them like that, we bring that valley fold to an unresolved fold, and reverse that one to that valley fold, and flattening it out on the inside. And then open it up, that's two down, and then continuing on, we do the same thing. We do that mountain to that valley, flip the valley to a mountain, put that mountain to a valley, and flatten it out on the inside. So that's three, and you can see how the last one's going to be a little difficult because it's already three-dimensional. So again, this mountain to this valley, then flip that valley into a mountain, and fold that mountain over to that valley created at an unresolved fold, and flatten out the center. So now we have four, making a spiral out of four. And now what we're going to do is open the whole thing up, because now it's kind of locked in with that little piece that we folded over. We're going to straighten it out like it was in the beginning, and then open it up. So now what we're going to do is the pop. We're going to take these where that corner was unresolved, and we're going to flip that. By spreading that, those two sides, it should flip, and the four folds that are still in there should retain the the folding of it. So now it's flat. What we're gonna do is just basically fold up the all the folds back into what they were supposed to be. So we're just gonna grab the middle and pinch it, and they should grab onto each other like that. So now what we're gonna do is lock it all the way. The last one is always the most difficult one, so we're gonna start by just you remember those unresolved folds? Now they're internal unresolved folds. And what we're going to do is take this flap that's being hidden away here, and we're going to lock it in. So what we're going to do is fold this edge, which is 2 layers of paper, and we're going to put it to that valley fold on the inside. It also might be easier to do a fold in the reverse direction, and then fold it down to the line, and then fold it over. But I always found that just doing this and guiding it by the back edge of it, that's soft and round like that, it helps out a lot. So as this is the first one and we want it to be the last one, we just make that fold and then unfold it again and leave it open, because that's going to be the most difficult fold, so we want to have that pre-folded. For the other ones, as I go along, I'm going to fold that behind and then fold it into that space where it was unresolved before. And continuing that around, I put that flap behind, and then behind this flap, which spirals. So we have 2. And then the third one, as you can see, it's going to shrink into itself like that to create that kind of a roundness to it. So now the third one is a little tricky because it's starting to get round, but we still do that. And watch the very tip of the fold, because where the 2 layers are is the most tension. So do that one slowly at the very edge here. And now we come to the fourth one. The fourth one is a bit difficult because well, it's 3-dimensional by now, so you basically have to do this mountain against that flap slowly, and then when you're at that point, if you can see it at all, you have to like tip it in and then fold that thing in. It's extremely 3-dimensional, and it turns into a 3-dimensional thing as such. It's really nicely balanced to the bottom, so it's like a gyroscopic or something, I don't know. So now the flower is pretty much done. I'm just straightening out the lines. You can either bend the lines outward, inward, or keep them square if you want, you know, but that's just preference. And then how we're going to thread this is, I should have really done this part earlier, but we're going to pretty much do a sink on that inside part. But first we're going to rip it open a little bit. So a little tiny rip. Won't even see it, but it's just a tiny rip. And then we're going to put a thumb on it while pulling at all sides slowly to create a sink. It doesn't have to be big, but it just has to be like a flat surface. And from that point, we're just going to pretty much pierce it. So what I'm going to do with the stem is sharpen it into a nice point. You can also use a pen to just pierce through it, so you can have a nice clear way through. But I just like to sharpen the paper because it mostly works. And then you can support it like that, and yeah, should have used the pen. There we go. So. And so, we have it threaded, and now we're just slipping that in all the way. It's pretty much creates like a sphincter, which the stem goes through and attaches, while the chamber is inside that holds the rest of the stem. So, here we go. And if you had everything correctly, it should all be at the same level at every stage of the diamond pop. And that's it. That's the diamond pop.